What the nonsense? Paleo freaking Zoic? Did this get boosted in any way? What's the boost? Anything new here? We have, oh, this could be the best deck to summon a Fancy Ball. All right, it's Fancy Ball time. Let's go.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
This is not Paleo, it's Fancy Ball Paleo. Every end board is working towards a Fancy Ball. I think. No. Yes. Yes. No, that's not Masquerena, which, shoot. We didn't even set up for the ball. What the heck? All right, Dark World is here. Let's get Dark World in the deck. You absolutely cannot use Max C against. You will deck out. They don't even need card destruction to deck you out. Discard, draw a card, trigger the Cerulean to summon onto the opponent's side of the field, which then forces the Dark World player to discard a card. If the Rainbow's discarded, what do? You get to add from the deck. And then you could also special summon a Dark World from your deck. Let's freaking go. Snow is here. Return the Rainbow back, or Rainbow return a monster back on field to summon. We now have Grapple when discarded, destroy a card in the field. Gates the Dark World, again, discard to then draw a card. Grappa, wipe away the back row Drill Beam. We don't have a normal monster on the field to get Drill Beaming. You'd have to Morella and then activate another trap to then summon Morella. Then the Drill Beam would be activatable. We have Laundry, mill 3 to get Paleozoics and traps in grave. Oh boy. Now, you want to Chain Link block the traps to stop them from summoning the Paleozoics from engrave. We have Canadia drawn off of the Danger, another Paleozoic engrave. Gates the Dark World number freaking 3. Discard Grapha again. Get ready for a random pop. Going for the Morella. Morella could send whatever we want from the deck. Any trap. Not Chain Link block, thus we have a Canadia being reborn. This should protect us from lethal. Now we have Rollback. Rollback will copy any trap in the grave. And what trap do we have? We have a Primite Howl, which, what does this do? During the opponent's turn, what, declare a card name, you take no battle damage involving the normal, is that something we would, I don't even know. Okay. Danger Nessie. We have Wabaku, the ultimate protection card. There's no way they're going to set up something to negate this. Now it's worth noting that the Canadia is unaffected by monster effects. It should fully be able to tank damage. Holy fields. 4 bodies into that Saryuja. Draw 4 play. Come to me. Return 3 back from the deck. Reborn back out our Dark World. Further come forth Grapha, Saryuja. Could special summon from the hand if we wanted to. It's now time to Little Knight. Are we going to force out the Wabaku? The rollback. Perfect. Don't let him have the most opportune time to use the transaction rollback. Force him to use it early. Minus 4,000 life points, copying the trap trick to set whatever trap he wants from the deck by banishing another copy. He's got Hope for Escape. If your opponent's life points are at least 1,000 higher than yours, you could pay 1,000, draw 1 for every 2,000 point difference. So draw 4, 3, draw 2, draw 2. To draw 2. Okay. So go to 3,000, 5, 7, yeah, draw 2, just to draw 2. Just a pot of greed. Can we make this even lower? How do we lose some more life points? Cerulean discard, Dark World Archives. When a card's discarded, you could discard then draw 2. Link Bound. Target a Link monster in the graveyard. Return to the extra deck. If you do, draw cards! Holy, is this new? When did this come out? I don't remember this being a card. He just drew 4, and we're talking about how he's gonna draw freaking 2. Holy moly. You could play this in Vanquish Soul Canine. you make Saryuja, then you link it off at Little Knight, and then draw 4. So if your initial draw 4 didn't get into the Vanquish Soul play, but then, you know, your normal summons used up likely, this is it. Hope for Escape, draw 2, mate. We do have a card destruction getting ready. Bro, we're under Wabaku. You can't win this turn. You also can't even attack directly. What is going on? Do you have a plan? What's the goal here? If ABG activated Max C, we could maybe be talking about you winning through deck out. Otherwise, I have no idea what you're doing. Pot of Avarice, return 5, draw 2. He is drawing so many freaking cards here. He's starting to set to randomly discard with the Danger. Silva, reborn back on the field, return back with Rainbow. Giant Trainer, draw 3 more freaking cards. How many cards has he drawn this turn? I'm going nuts over the Synchro spell, being able to, the Link spell that is, to draw freaking 4. Another Danger, reborn out. I think you just win through the opposing player getting fatigued. Are you not timing out? This is insane. Let's further go. Do we have some kind of burn damage for lethal play? Surely. I don't even want to look at the extra deck. You may have something that deals burn damage. Snow, Silva, reborn out. We only can't deal battle damage. So we're about to see something. You're not hard once per turn? Saryuja has drawn 8 cards. What? Okay, let's, Cerberus. Cerberus is going to be popping away the Ceruli. Drawing a card also, and we don't care about the pop, it's about the draw. Avarice again. 2 freaking Avarices. Darkhold Accession to add itself back to the hand. This will be our Omni Negate. Ceruli Nate. Maybe he's going to have so much disruption, there's nothing ABG could do. Ceruli, discard Silva, reborn. You are the one who discarded my Silva, so I get to return both cards in your hand back in the deck. Nuts. Oh my Jesus. Unicorn is not co-linked, so it will not draw a card. Returned our own field spell back in the deck. Firewall could return a monster in grave back, or the Ceruli on the opposing player's field. So when their monster field's clogged up, you just add back the Ceruli. This is so disgusting. But where is this all leading to? I still don't know. Are we U-linking? That's what we're doing? Firewall Singularity is now here. All of this to U-link them. Now the Singularity, how good is this? Target cards your opponent controls are in their graveyard up to the number of Ritual Fusion, Xyz, and Synchro you control or in your graveyard. Return them to the hand. If a monster this points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you are able to special summon a Cyburst. This is the fancy ball, right? We have U-Link achieved. But with Saryuja, you're pointing forward, so I could still link here. All right. Singularity, returning back again. The Ceruli. Please tell me you got fancy ball in here. No, you don't got the fancy ball. What the? All right. Who's actually going to win this? I don't know. I mean, he's got a million disruptions, but the Paleo deck is incredibly resilient. We have Laundry Dragon Maid trying to mill 3 cards off the top of the deck to randomly have something playable, get a transaction rollback in graveyard. But we have the Zombie Stein, negate. Let's further. Oh, shoot. This card is able to inflict lethal damage, possibly. That's why the Firewall very quickly returns it back to the extra deck. Lordy Load Reborning. This means for the rest of this turn, special summon monsters cannot activate. Our own, that is. So there isn't any cope of an Xyz making a big play here. Fairy Tail Snow flip them down before Xyz summoning. Even though they're in the Lordy Load lock right now, as you can see right here in the lingering effect window. Let's further make Typhon. Typhon immediately disallowing anything 3,000 attack or more from activating. And just like that, Masquerena into Goddess with your opposing field. He could be playing the best deck ever. I think there's only one card that stops him. Normally, I will say a deck is stopped by Maxi, Fualas, and Droll. He's literally only stopped by Droll. If you Fualas or Maxi him, you lose. What the heck? His win was so definitive, ABG didn't play another game. He left the tournament after that. All right, with his deck, we obviously have the times to it. Otherwise, it gets a little ridiculous. Monster Negate, double special summon negate, triple disruption. Let's start this off with a card, Destruction. Now, whenever the opponent has an effect negate, that has to be the direct chain link to the effect it wants to negate. Thus, it's your job to think, how can I chain link block it? I want to put the best effects in the lower chain link, but then you also need something to trigger above it. And I think Ceruli is going to be that effect you want to be protecting. Ceruli, chain link blocked by the Bigfoot. Bigfoot is going to also destroy the Wave King Caesar. You freaking what, mate? as the Wave King Caesar is able to negate the danger. Now, danger chain link blocked Bigfoot from being negated by the Gossip Shadow. So double chain link block. Goodbye to the Wave King Caesar. Still has the monster negate. Ceruli. Would Gossip be able to negate this? I guess Gossip could just negate whatever you discard with Ceruli, would be the better option here. And it's only when the opponent's monster activates, so you wouldn't be able to negate the Ceruli given to you. And you definitely do want to negate the Bro, which would draw 2. This is not draw 1. Pot of Greed, negated. Wait. Wait, okay, you negated draw 2 to change the effect to draw 1. Yeah, that's what Gossip does. All right. So we both draw 1 instead. Genta, come to me, Gates of the Dark World. We're going to be banishing to discard Snows, draw a card randomly, search our deck for a Dark World card. Reborn Genta after being banished. We have Dark Corridor, searching for any Dark World card. We have Ceruli, which we want to be discarding to summon onto their field to then discard the Rainbow. Rainbow will then search our deck and summon from the deck, searching for Silva and summoning a Ceruli, forcing them to discard a card. What the? And as we grab another Gates of the Dark World, Gates of the Dark World, banish, discard Silva. Silva simply just reborn. No. I'm out of here. Let's go to game 2. Okay, it's the fresh game. Game one. That was game 1. We do not have card destruction this time, which was a big reason for winning game 1. Definitely helped us chain link block and disrupt, get rid of the Wave King Caesar. Now, Third Rate Duelist was only able to end on 3 disruption in game 1. Can we do better? Cards in the graveyard cannot be banished. Thus, your field spell cannot be used. And also, negate any effect that would move a card in the graveyard to a different place. Negate any card that also changes the type or attributes of cards in the graveyard. This is the 20th different errata of this freaking card. So the idea here is Desiree will only negate if the Necro Valley is being threatened to get rid of, which would be Grapha. Does this stop Grapha? The Grapha doesn't move a card from the grave. Grapha just destroys a card in the field. So we stop something like the Dark Corridor, we'd have to negate. I think so, right? We don't negate Allure. Corridor outs it completely, doesn't it? Bruh, that's what I just said. I said that play. That's the play. Goodbye to the Necro Valley. Be gone. Now we just have Desiree. Wait, is this a floodgate? While this card, no, this is the effect to quickly return an opponent's monster back to the hand. So you have negate anything and return a monster back. This is it. Dark World Accession. Negate the fusion summon play. And now we just have return a monster back. This does not return back a spell. Banish, discard Bro, draw 1, draw again. Link bound with no link to draw with. Fairy Tale Snow could not flip down the Magispector Unicorn. It's untargetable, so it's not that we messed that up. Recycle back the Gates, Accession, add back to the hand here. Accession says that you could only use each effect, so if the first effect's activation was negated, you still can't use it. Underworld Goddess, being used with the Kirin. Now third, it uses it on field or in grave. Oh my gosh, we drew 5. Holy moly. What is this card? Link bound. I have to look into this more. Did we had to have just got this, right? Link, no, it came out 4 years ago. What the? And we undercooked our field, unfortunately. Despite being able to out all their forms of disruption, we were not able to fully cook. The Dark World Archives is reliant on a card being discarded through another card effect, right? It says if a monster discarded, then I can't even freaking read it, Konami. What the hell? All right, let's go to game 3. Hard opened card destruction, but they have an Ash Blossom. If this eats the Ash, it's over. I mean, it's not completely over. We're just going to draw 2 here. It's not that crazy. We have no Dark World cards we are going to be triggering in grave. This is simply searching for a level 8 Dark World. This is it. Draw just 2. Danger Nessie, add a Mothman, so we need to randomly discard the Snow. 50% chance. That was really bad. You now don't draw. Wait, we got the search though. Wait, no, we did. We did get to, because we did, it was the Nessie that was activated. It was the Mothman. If you do, discard a card is not Mothman, you then get to draw. Okay. We have the Cerulean again with the second Silva, returning 4 cards. You deplete their hand to 0. I played this deck, but with Trishilla. I would Trishilla, banish their whole hand, and then set up just 1 negate. He instead deletes their whole hand and has 100 negates. A little bit better than what I played. Damn, good job, Dark World. We got Habakiri into Saji Search. No hand trap for us whatsoever. Let's ritual out a Habakiri. Now we have what I believe to be one of the most powerful boss monsters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Its biggest downside is its 3600 attack, but it has quick effect, non-target, shuffle a card on the field back in the deck, anything that would be untargetable or have destruction protection. This does not care. Also, it's completely unaffected by card effects, and your opponent cannot add from the deck to the hand by card effects whatsoever. There's Nibiru, late to the party. We can't do anything. We didn't need the Dimensional Barrier. We didn't need the Photon. We had the unstoppable built-in Droll and Lockbird right away, in a way. Rocket Loader is a 1-card combo. This should be the full play. We're going to search for an Absol Special Summon link off into a Striker Dragon. When exactly do we want to Ash? Let's find out. The Striker Dragon is going to be destroying the Absol Router to add back the Rocket Loader. Now the Router is going to be searching our deck for a Rocket Detonator. With the Boot Sector launch, we're going to special summon onto the field as we now go into our Breach Boral Dragon. I think this card is super new. TCG does not have this, right? I think this is Master Duel OCG exclusive. Add a Boral spell trap from your deck to your hand. I believe it was going to add the Boral Polymerization, so the fusion play has now been disabled. Is cutting off their fusion summon the correct play? Did we look at the extra deck, or is that random? What the heck did you do? What? Look at your opponent's extra deck and banish whatever you want from it forever? That's kind of nasty. Their boss monster is now gone. They don't play another one. What the? Okay. Let me see if I can read the fusion in time. If this card's fusion summon, you add a rocket. You could target a dark, equip it with a dark link from in the graveyard. This card sent to the graveyard, you could target a card in the field and destroy it. So all this is what we stopped with. I thought we stopped it. We didn't. He was still able to freaking summon it. We thought we stopped this, but the Triss Boral was an additional way to add the card I believe we were searching for. Holy moly. We got rid of a core extra deck card. As we're still popping off, let's talk about their end field forms of disruption here when we get to it. Pop the Pisty after making a baby with the Triss Boral. This is why the Triss Boral points backwards into the bottom left. Perfect for Pisty. Let's Reborn back out as we now go into a Borrelshroud Dragon. The Fatal Flare is going to equip the Triss Boral. Rocket Detonator is going to summon what we equipped. Now we have a Borrelshroud Dragon. Oh my goodness. This is a deck. Now, we lost game 1 because he had the unaffected Droll and Lockbird against us. We couldn't search our deck. This seems quite good. The Borrelshroud cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, also cannot be targeted with card effects from monsters. You have to imperm this. Otherwise, it also has the additional effect of negating a monster in the field and can attack in everything. Now, the Borrelshroud, if we have a rocket in the field, which we do, this can negate anything. They activate a board breaker, triple tactics talent, negate it. And then also the Borrelshroud, negate anything. So double Omni negate and a monster negate. We have the Nibiru, we have Ash Blossom, we have a Bestial. Let's see what we could do off of this. Does the Detonator summon from the back row during the opponent's turn, or was that only during your turn? Looks like only your turn. Regain trigger, reborn back the Dissipator, another form of disruption. We can negate that effect by returning. We're going to destroy it instead. If we return our own card, it's a destroy. If we return their card, it's a negate. Because it was activating to summon. Alpha into spell speed 1, which you would have to preemptively negate with the Borrelshroud, or you can negate with the Borrelshroud. We're going to Ash Blossom negate instead. Now, we do not have a normal summon for the Noroi. Super Quantal Red Layers attempting to add back the Zayden from Engrave, as we're going to be simply Borland Dragoning. You cannot respond to this in any way whatsoever. Guaranteed negate, as now going to a Typhon Mate. We're too large to even respond to this in any way. We can't even use Nibiru. Now, Rocket Tracer will be popping itself to summon from the deck in response to the non-target return back, as we summon a Rocket Loader, which will trigger on summon to set up for the next turn a Nocto Vision. 29. We just put everything in attack position and win, yes? Battle position, swap it up. 13,000 damage is apparently not enough. Regained, return back the Breach Borrel. To battle we go. Dragon Link with an incredible turn 1 play. Rip a card out of the extra deck, multiple disruption. I think the board presence is what really sells this. It wasn't over-the-top disruptions that we had. It was just the unstoppable monsters on field. How do we deal with those bodies? Huh? PJ Styles, Super Quantum is bricking. Now with Dimensional Barrier, what do we declare? Because they have 12 Link monsters, which we can't stop Links with. We declare Synchro or Fusion. And with that, we're declaring Synchro. There you go. You will not be able to Dissipator nor Borrelshroud Savage Dragon. Let's see what else we have. Magnum, Hot Activating to search for a dragon during the end phase. Reborn the Lubellion. Lubel going to be negated from setting up into the back row. The Regained. To battle we go. Now, Rocket Reboot. Oh, evenly matched is going to get red reboot. Red reboot? Reboot? How? Why is this activatable from the hand? When your opponent activates a spell and trap card while you control a Rocket or Borrel, negate the activation. If you do, set that card face down. But it cannot be activated this turn. So we're just going to do it again next turn. What? Activate from the hand by paying half your life points. Okay, you delayed the inevitable. I'm just going to do it again. That's interesting. Not if I set up a negate for it, or if I pop it in some way. Can we do that? Breach, Borrel, Pisty. Pisty with the Breach Borrel. All of the new Dragon Link links are perfectly set up for the Pisty play. Safer, it's going to add back the Bestial Lubellion, as we're going to Striker pop the Pisty, add back the Recharger, which will trigger to reborn a monster. That will be our Rocket Tracer. We can't Synchro. We have Quad Borrel, discarding, pop itself, reborn the Rocket Tracer and the Recharger, then end our turn. Looks like we did a whole lot of nothing. Let's just evenly again. Back at it again. Double evenly matched. Super Quantum. Boy, he loves Typhon. Typhon is the most common Quantum end board, I guess. Rocket Tracer, summon for the deck, the Rocket Loader. Now, Rocket Loader searching for the Abso Router. If we were to activate the Typhon, what would happen is if they chained the Rocket Tracer to summon Loader, it would return back to the hand. It wouldn't even trigger on the fields. Finish him. New equip card. Borrel Regenerator. Activate by targeting a rocket in the graveyard. Special summon it. Okay, just simply reborn a rocket from the grave. Say goodbye to the Typhon with the Druid Swarm. Regenerate the Tracer back out, as we can now finally summon our Savage Dragon, which was stopped by the Dimensional Barrier. Lethal damage.